In continuation of the last videos on periodic properties of BSc Part 1 Inorganic Chemistry, in this video we will study about electronegativity. When two atoms combine to form a bond, the position of the bonding electron pair, hence nature of the bond, depends on the nature of the atoms. If the atoms are like that is similar, the electron pair is evenly shared, but if the bond is formed between two unlike atoms, usually the electron pair is more nearer to one atom than the other. This type of behavior of the atoms in molecules and some of their properties can only be interpreted if the atoms are assumed to have a tendency to attract electrons to themselves, and also that some atoms have a greater tendency than others. This assumption is further supported by the fact that the bonds in CH, NH, OH and FH, the percentage of ionic character increases and the bond pair gets closer to the first atom as we proceed from left to right. This tendency of atoms in molecules to attract electrons to themselves is called electronegativity. Thus, electronegativity is that atomic property which determines whether the bonding electrons are evenly or unevenly shared when that atom is in contact with any other atom. The first of information about the electrons attracting tendency of the atoms can be obtained from an electronegativity scale. Such a scale can only be devised by taking some reference value. Arbitrarily, Pauling assigned a value of 4 for fluorine, which is the most electronegative element. It must be borne in mind for a particular numerical value given to an element does not represent the actual content of the negative charge, but it is the electron attracting tendency relative to the reference value. Now we come to the methods of determination, and the first method is Pauling scale. Pauling was the first to make a successful attempt to assign quantitative values to the electronegative values of various atoms. In 1932, he used the concept of electronegativity to explain difference in bond energies in certain molecules. In the same year, he put this property on a numerical basis by assuming that if two atoms A and B combine to form a theoretical molecule AB having 100% covalent bond, then the dissociation energy E prime AB of this purely covalent bond AB is the average of the dissociation energy values of the diatomic molecules AA and BB. Thus, E prime AB is equal to 1 upon 2 within the brackets EAA plus EBB for a 100% covalent bond AB. When EAA and EBB represents the dissociation energy of the molecule AA and BB respectively. EAA and EBB can be measured experimentally. Their value give bond energy of the imaginary molecule AB having 100% covalent bond character, but the bond between the two dissimilar atoms is seldom purely covalent in nature. Actually, due to the difference in the electronegativities of the two atoms, the bond becomes partially ionic. For such bonds, the actual dissociation energy EAB, that is the experimental value, is always found to be greater than the hypothetical E prime AB value calculated from the equations. Clearly, the difference between the experimental values and the theoretical values must be attributed to the presence of ionic character in the bond. Hence, the consideration must be given to the ionic character. For this, Pauling represented the bond as a resonance hybrid of the following three structures 1 and 2 and 3. Structure 1 represents the purely covalent bond in which the bonds are equally shared between the two atoms. The structure 2 and 3 represent the ionic forms. If B is considerably more electronegative than A, then structure 2 can be ignored as it will not make important contributions. Since resonance makes a system stable, the actual bond between A and B must be more stable than the hypothetical bond represented by structure 1. Hence, the actual bond energy will be greater than the theoretical value. Since the stabilization of the bond is due to the ionic resonating form, the difference between the two energies value is known as ionic resonance energy, denoted by delta. Thus, EAA minus E prime AB delta. Thus, EAB minus E prime AB is equal to delta. The ionic resonance energy is associated with the percentage of ionic character, and the ionic character is in turn associated with the difference of electronegativities of the two atoms. Thus, delta must depend on Xa minus Xb, where Xa and Xb are the electronegativities of A and B respectively. Pauling suggested that 0.28 under root delta is equal to Xa minus Xb. Xa minus Xb is the difference of the electronegativity between A and B, or within the brackets Xa minus Xb whole square is equal to 0.043 delta, or delta is equal to 23.06 within the brackets Xa minus Xb whole square. Putting this value of delta in the above equation, we get EAB minus E prime AB is equal to 23.06 within the brackets Xa minus Xb whole square. Putting the value of E prime AB from equation 1, we get EAB minus half EAA plus EBB is equal to 23.06 within the brackets Xa minus Xb whole square. All the terms on the left hand side of the above equation can be determined experimentally, and the difference of electronegativities can be evaluated. Though the value of E prime AB is determined from equation 1, it is valid for a large number of bonds in certain cases. Notably, alkali metal hydrides it fails. This led Pauling to postulate that the bond energy for a pure covalent bond E prime AB is the geometric mean of EAA and EBB. Thus, E prime AB is equal to square root of EAA into EBB. Putting this value of E prime AB in equation of 2, we get another equation for the evaluation of electronegativity values, that is EAB minus within the brackets EAA into EBB whole raised to half is equal to 23.06 within the brackets Xa minus Xb whole square. Pauling scale has found very much popularity among chemists throughout the world. The numerical value are obtained by arbitrarily assigning a value to fluorine to the most electronegative element fluorine. The numerical value in the scale simply show electron attracting power of the elements as compared to that of fluorine. For example, electronegativity of H is 2. It means that H has half electron attracting power than F. Now the second method is Mulliken scale. Mulliken correlated the bond energy of the bond between two heteroatoms A and B with their ionization energies and electron affinities. In addition to this, he also argued that if the electronegativity of an atom is high, then the sum of the numerical values of ionization energy and the electron affinity will also be high. On this basis, Mulliken assumed the mean of ionization energy and electron affinity of an atom is the measure of the electronegativity. When an atom of unequal electronegativity forms a bond with other than two ionic structures A plus B minus and A minus B plus are possible. However, the structure in which the negative charges on the more electronegative atom will be more stable. If the ionization energy and the electron affinity of A are represented by Ia and Ea, and for B the corresponding energies are represented by Ib and Eb, then for the formation of A minus ion, Ia energy has to be given, and for the formation of B minus, Eb energy will be released. Thus, the energy required for the formation of the structure A plus B minus is equal to Ia minus Eb, and the energy required for the formation of the structure A minus B plus will be Ib minus Ea. If the electronegativity of both the atoms A and B is the same, then the AB will be formed more easily than any of the ionic structure given above. Then Ia minus Eb is equal to Ib minus Ea, or we can say that Ia plus Ea is equal to Ib plus Eb. But if the electronegativity of the B is greater than that of A, then the structure A plus B minus will be more stable than the structure A minus B plus. Consequently, the energy for the former will be lower than the energy of the latter, that is, Ia minus Eb will be less than Ib minus Ea, or Ia plus Ea will be less than Ib plus Eb. Similarly, if A is of greater electronegativity than B, then Ia minus Eb will be greater than Ib minus Ea, or Ia plus Ea will be greater than Ib plus Eb. Here we see that if the electronegativity of an atom is equal to, then lesser than, or greater than the other, in each case the sum of ionization energy and the electron affinity of the individual atoms follow the same trend. That is, the strongly electronegative elements have high ionization energy as well as electron affinity. Clearly, the quantity I plus E is a measure of the electronegativity of an atom. On this argument, Mulliken suggested that electronegativity Em of an atom is the average of its ionization energy and electron affinity in electron volt. That is, Em is equal to Ia plus Ea upon 2, and similarly for B it will be Em will be equal to Ib plus Eb upon 2. Since determination of electronegativity by Mulliken was based on different logic from that by Pauling, the electronegativity values determined by the two methods are bound to be different. However, the Mulliken values can be adjusted to the Pauling values by dividing them by 2/8, which can be given by the relation xp is equal to Em upon 2.8 is equal to I plus E upon 5.6, where xp is the Pauling value and Em is the Mulliken value. Unfortunately, this method is of limited applicability because electron affinity values of only a few elements are correctly known to us. The next method is Alfred and Roschow work scale. Since electronegativity is defined as the electron attracting tendency, Alfred and Roschow in 1958 took the attractive force between the nucleus of an atom and an electron at its surface as the measure of its electronegativity. According to them, electronegativity of an atom equals the actual force with which the nucleus of an atom attracts an electron separated by a distance equal to its radius. Thus, if ZEF is the effective nuclear charge of an atom and Ra is the radius, then the Alfred-Roschow value of electronegativity Xa is given by Xa is equal to Z effective E square upon Ra square. The electronegativity values of the elements determined by Alfred-Roschow can be correlated to the Pauling value xp by the relationship xp is equal to 0.359 Xa plus 0.744. This scale is based on more authentic assumption than Pauling scale. Hence, it is now gaining popularity among chemists. Now we come to stability ratio scale. This scale of electronegativity was proposed by Sanderson in 1962. Sanderson defined the electron density compactness in terms of average electron number per A cube, d, which may be calculated as follows. D is equal to 3Z upon 4 pi r cube is equal to Z upon 4.19 r cube, where D is average electron number per A minus cube, Z atomic number, and N is non-polar covalent radius of the element. R is the non-polar covalent radius of the element. According to Sanderson, electronegativity of an element is given by its stability ratio SR, where SR is equal to D upon Di, where D is average number of electrons per unit volume and Di is the electron density compactness of isoelectronic inert gas, which may be determined from the electronic density curve. The electronegativity value of SR scale may be obtained to the Pauling scale values according to the following equation. Under root xp is equal to 0.21 SR plus 0.77, where xp is the electronegativity value on Pauling scale. That's all for today. Thank you.